Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where we have created a situation, and now it is on us to resolve it without any information and by just kind of arbitrarily picking sides. Listen, if any of the stuff that we were told at the end of the last episode is true, this brother character definitely needs to get ventilated. That's what I'm hanging this all on. I am choosing to believe that What's-Her-Face was telling us the truth. So, you'll find my brother waiting for you at the Red Roost. Looks like a commercial office park, but don't be fooled. The structure is reinforced to withstand military payloads. Engage my brother's security team and raise the Red Roost. Let his stronghold serve as his tomb. Yeah, we're definitely taking a gamble on this one. You are not wrong, Darius. So, the good news is, while we did take some damage during the last episode, a lot of it's superficial. Like, most of the mechs are totally fine. I think I'm going to tend high on money on this one. And then, we could totally just run, I think, all these same mechs if we wanted to. How bad is the structural damage here? It looks almost full. Did I take... Yeah, I took 3 structural damage to that arm. Absolutely fine. The Phoenix Hawk took a little bit more, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a little bit of torso damage... Okay, we're gonna be just fine. The Shadowhawk's in kind of rough shape, though, right? Is this what I'm remembering this correctly? Maybe not. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of torso damage there. Right, this is the reason we took the Shadowhawk the Phoenix Hawk in the first place. Okay, well, yeah, I feel like we can just jump right back in here with this same crew. Right, I probably don't want to change any pilots out or anything. No, I think we're good. I think this will work. I guess the only thing I might consider doing is swapping Steamfitter in on the Phoenix Hawk so that we can have a second sensor lock. No, we're good. We're good. Let's get in there and make the thing happen. So we gotta destroy a base. It's hard to know exactly what that means in terms of the number of enemies that we'll fight, but I am confident that our team is, at the very least, very good at dealing with static defenses. I assume it won't just be static defenses. That would not be a very difficult mission, that's for sure. We just gotta play a little bit careful, a little bit smart. I really like the way... And it's not... The thing I'm about to say that I like is not actually true here. I'm pretty sure we could have stopped and repaired. But I really like being compelled to push your luck. I think that's maybe one of the things that I find most satisfying about the campaign and career sort of strategy level gameplay of this game. The way that stopping to repair costs, time, which is a pretty valuable resource. So you're encouraged to push your luck. Well, what if we could get away with one more? What if we could get away with one more? Alright, looks like we're in the right place. Attention, incoming battle mechs. You are trespassing on... Wait, you're the brutes that Mother sent to kill Sister. Is Yvonne dead? Can I see the body? Wow, that's a reaction to have. I'm sorry to disappoint you, brother, but I am not the Kulan who will die today. You sent them here, to the Red Roost. My poor deluded sister. My bodyguards will crush them, and I will drink in the spectacle like a fine port wine. And then, when I tell Mother what you've done, she will... Send more assassins, threaten to disinherit me, and then rage against the laws that prevent her from doing so? Well, there's nothing more that either of you can threaten me with, brother. And now, your time has come. Yeah, this conflict's just bad people on all sides, huh?
I hated my childhood.
Alright, Grizzly. She's very devoted to being a character. I suppose I can kind of appreciate it, as a way of keeping morale high. Ooh, this is a little inconvenient. Can we... Nope. One jump jet means we cannot, in fact, just jump over to the forest where everybody else is. I mean, all we're seeing right now is... one... I'm trying to count the turret stands before we move in. I actually only see one turret mount. No, there's another one up there. Because obviously this has implications for our angle of approach. I think I'd like to approach from up here, ideally. You know how I feel about the high ground.
Moving to position.
Roger that, Commander.
The turrets will be even less of a threat to us than usual, if we can approach them from the top of this hill. Hey, we found them. So it's a Phoenix Hawk. It says 1K on it. Is that different than the model I have? It's a 1K. Large, medium, medium, small. I don't know, actually. I don't remember what the computer runs stock in Phoenix Hawks. It's been a little while. Okay, strange move. Well, I'm gonna reserve down to 2. Let's see what else they got here. Okay, so that suggests that there's at least one more mech movement on 3. I guess the thing to do now is to run up and get vision of the turret. Okay, so we got some more reads over here. 50-50 something. Sniper turret, it does have to go. And it is not trivial to burn this thing down. It's actually quite a lot of health. So at 157, we probably don't need all of the launchers. Maybe I turn off the 6. Try to be a little bit careful, you know? Who knows how long this mission might end up being. You're probably not next, actually. Where is... yeah, you, the Phoenix Hawk. Let's see here. I could jump... looks like nowhere that I jump to will give me vision of that turret. That was kind of my, my next greatest concern, is dealing with that. We could have trampoline run up here and... oh no, I cannot quite get sensor range on it looks like. Well... that being the case, do we have him run up and sensor lock their Phoenix Hawk? Kind of like that idea, I think. Let's move as far forward as we can while still getting into the trees for just in case. Strip a couple points of evasion off of this guy. Feed that telemetry back into the group's computers, and let's cook them, right? That's not too bad. I should probably jump. But I gotta be careful about the jump because I'd prefer not to jump. Is that just because of the length? Oh, it's obstructed from there. Yeah, if I get a little bit further forward. I was gonna say I should try to stay in the forest when I jump because, you know. Hopefully none of them have LRMs. I guess the biggest problem here is just this guy's 40% damage reduction. Or rather, 60%. Is it even going to be worth firing everything at him with that kind of damage reduction? I suppose so. What else are we going to do? Just not hurt him at all? It doesn't feel very good. Alright, I'm going to do something a little bit dangerous here. We're just going to rely on the evasion charges, even though they have not been particularly reliable. Hey, no big surprise, all his good weapons are in his right arm. Given the reduction and everything, I'm not going to spend the resolve to aim. I'll just go for it.
Ready to rock.
One thing I'm definitely worried about a little bit here is
Affirmative, Commander.
I'm not in range for the UAC. That's a shame. I was going to say one thing I'm definitely worried about is the range on the turret. If there's LRMs involved here, Phoenix Hawk could be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, I'm not even going to bother, right? What would be the point? We're going to do so little damage, even if we take advantage of breaching shot. May as well just save the missiles. Did that emit from that building? It sort of looked like it came right out of that building. Okay, so they don't have a tremendous amount of other stuff going on. That's good news. Can I cannot get a back arc shot, unfortunately. That would have been really handy. Neither can you. Alright, well, at the risk of maybe putting myself in grave danger, I'm kind of thinking about just passing down to 2. So I'd love it if we could get that guy, if we could compel him to walk and fire and not have bulwark up, basically.
I hear ya.
Honestly, probably not. Because he could just stay in the cover, right? So I guess we can just have at him. That feels really bad too, though, because I'll worry. The best case scenario is he loses a medium laser. Like, who cares? You could hit a breaching shot UAC 5 on him. That's actually worth exploring. Let's do that.
Acknowledged.
Take some decent advantage of our breaching shot here.
Copy that.
Okay, one of those went arm, which is a real shame because it's just like wasted damage. Seen a lot of large lasers on the enemy team.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I think with everybody else, I legitimately might want to wait. I suppose I could unsteady him, maybe, with the LRM pod here. We get a lot of value out of that, though. It'll prevent him from running on his turn, but I don't expect to see a lot of that anyway. I'm going to reserve. We're going to rely on the toughness and evasiveness of our units to survive through that guy's turn. Alright. I don't know what kind of autocannon that was. It could very well have been an AC-10, right? There's an AC-10 large laser robot that we fought recently. Could just be another one of those. It's tricky. I was kind of thinking he was going to move on 3 and then we'd be able to attack him after here, but
What can I do for you?
that is not, in fact, how that worked. Alright, I'm going to do... Can I do this from cover? Seems like every place that can see the buildings is just outside of cover. It's kind of remarkable, actually. Alright, well... At the risk of maybe putting myself in some serious danger here.
Commander. Moving out.
Shoot the only weapon we can shoot at you, and then we'll shoot the other weapon at you.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Okay, wow, that was a lot more stability damage than I was thinking. Okay, there we go. Now we got him to actually commit to something. We can drop the Griffin on him. I'm a little worried about running over near that turret. Whole situation is hard to predict. Let's do it this way, and we'll just use Precision Strike to shore up the hit percentages. And we may as well go hard, right? Okay, I might have shot up the mountain a little bit, but I think that was a pretty good start.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
So 2 quick points of damage on the pilot. It is unfortunately probably going to make him harder to actually shoot at. Like, obviously he's downed, so aiming is easy, but you do have to be able to see him first. I wasn't really thinking about that when he, like, put himself behind that tiny little hill there. Yeah, I think I want to... Never mind. Those 2 field of vision lines are just for the buildings. So I guess this is the best we're going to get. I do not relish the thought of leaving the Phoenix Hawk out here in front, as fragile as it is. There's just nowhere else to get the shot, though. Alright, we're just going to go here, and it's going to be really smooth, and nobody's going to kill me.
targeting. For now, for strike.
Okay, somehow we managed to hit the far arm. He has 11 health remaining. We got all the time in the world to finish him off. Alright, we also have lots and lots of incoming.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I think we gotta do this. And then we gotta get the Phoenix Hawk out of
I
here.
got him.
It is nice to have the freedom to do stuff like that.
Okay, let's go.
An Enforcer. Well, good news is, I guessed right. It was in fact the AC-10 large laser mech. Boy. Does he keep all of his stuff? Yeah, right torso, no big surprise. Well, I mean, you know what side I'd like to be shooting for then. Unfortunately, speed is an issue for mechs. We can't really manage to make it all the way around to his right side to shoot at him. So I guess maybe the better play is to like run up to approximately where the cursor is now, or maybe even further forward. Just get full vision of the situation and then make informed decisions from there. I think I like that. Plus this gives me a lot of evasion to work with. So it's another Enforcer. Okay. That's a shame. That light standard turret is not super tough, but obviously we have other priorities at the moment. Alright, it's not that the overall damage output of the Enforcer is super good, it's just that it has weapons that are actually very good. Let's see here. Who can we get direct fire on with you? Looks like the answer might be very few people. You know what? This is still right. So we run up the hillside and then we figure out our targeting. The Healthy Marauder, or the Healthy Enforcer, is in really good shape. I can shoot the damaged Enforcer. I can also shoot at this light standard turret. If we were to hit both the UAC 5 shots, that would bring it down to 67, which we cannot do with even the rest of our max, right? I suppose I could soften it up for Trampoline? Sorry, you are Trampoline. No, you're Crackle. I suppose I could soften it up for Trampoline. I guess he's in one of the Centurions. So yeah, basically we can get that tower. I feel fairly confident of that. So how much do I want to put into it right now? Because obviously there are other things that need shooting here. Alright, let's go. You get something. You get something. And then I might also hit this guy, maybe? It's like A gets the large laser. Or yeah, A gets the UAC, B gets... Oh, my choices for large laser are A or nothing. Yeah, maybe we just ignore target C for the moment. So can either of these weapons... Would I rather use it on this Enforcer? Oh, right, we're supposed to only shoot one weapon at the Enforcer, because breaching shot. So I guess I'm going to do it this way.
I'm on him.
Well, that's not a very good breach. Crackle, the only thing you've breached here is etiquette. The rules of common decency.
I hear ya.
Alright, so that turret is dead. Sorry, we have to help it along, but functionally it's dead. Like, I have already killed it in my mind.
You betcha.
The question is... What do we do with our other weapon? Firing into this very healthy Enforcer with Bulwark up doesn't feel like my finest thought, so maybe it's this way? Yeah, let's try that. I didn't actually flip the targeting for the missile thing over. Well, at least they didn't hit anything. Enemy mechs helping us out a little bit, always appreciated. They too were bamboozled by the incredible slickness and audacity of this attack. How badly damaged is he? Leg's pretty messed up. Alright, you know what? I think we can do it. I think I'm going to go for it. The buildings will protect me from a lot of line of sight nonsense. Oh, right, I am going to need to vent my coolant, obviously. There we go, that's what I wanted. So, do we try to just barrel through the torso to the body, or do we I think we take the leg. It's low enough.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Okay, not too bad. I think we may survive this yet.
What can I do for you?
So how many people do we need to actually finish the job here? There's a considerable amount of health in the center torso, 160 in the leg, 162 in the center torso. Either one is a kill at this point. Oh, you know what? Sorry about this. I'm going to have to be right back. See you in a second. Alright, sorry about that. So, we have a couple of things that I'd really like to get done. Is there a chance we could kill this guy without having to aim? Probably not, and we have to probably go pretty deep on him. So, what I was wondering is if we could kill off the Enforcer and finish the turret in the same attack.
Hey,
Probably finishing that turret off is a job for, like... It's either a job for Grizzly or something for the other Centurion to do with its little tiny missile pods. How much health does it have? Yeah, 11. So, maybe what we do here is we try to get into a nice clean shot on this guy. Yeah, that's not bad.
10-4.
And I am, in fact, going to multi-target. We'll fire most stuff at him, but we'll turn off the UAC, maybe? Just let the recoil reset, and we'll put one of the missile pods into
Affirmative.
the turret. That should be plenty sufficient. Wow, really didn't get a lot of damage there. The large laser hit the building. It's embarrassing.
I need a new target. I hear ya.
Okay, now this Centurion can go at this in a little bit more focused of a way. Going to make sure we're getting as close to that cover as possible. And I think this Enforcer's just going to get to do what he wants to do on this coming turn. The odds of us being able to barrel through all of that, all that HP are very, very low. Or not HP, through the damage reduction. So...
No sweat.
yeah, I think we're just going to hope here.
Affirmative.
Phoenix Hawk should be able to put that away, I would think. But maybe we wanted to try to take out the turret? I mean, whatever that thing is, it hasn't actually shot at us yet, so maybe it doesn't have the range necessary. How tough is he? 13 health? Do I want to go at him just with the autocannon? This would be half of an 85% chance to get the kill. I mean, it's better than that, actually, because it's the 50% plus whatever the modifiers are for the other 3 body parts. Yeah, so that's not too bad, actually. Because I kind of want to do this and then take cover, you know?
you say so.
Did I not get there? I don't know what I hit. That's a shame. But we do need first of all to back off, and secondly to have a moment here to let my heat reset.
There. Okay.
So he survives. Very not ideal. Survives. Only his AC 10 remains, but AC 10 is perfectly accurate at point blank. Also, he can just throw a punch. But apparently if he does so, he will miss in a way that's very embarrassing. Deeply embarrassing. Not just to himself, but to his ancestors. I hate that this thing is still here. I'm inclined to, like, just move over a small amount. Or maybe jump over this dude. I just really don't want an AC-10 shot into my back armor. It sounds like a total nightmare. This would be a very, very easy kill for us. In fact, we will definitely turn off the PPC. And honestly, we probably don't need to... Let's take it, like, real easy.
Enemy mech destroyed.
We might not even have needed 2 weapons. Okay, there we go. We really needed him to hurry up and burn his turn. Let's see if we can rip him in half before he has a chance to follow up on that.
Uh-huh.
I have high hopes.
Special delivery.
He is unfortunately still in bulwark mode, but I'm going to knock him on his ass and we'll figure it out from there. We just give him everything. And this will probably put him away, right? Or it'll put him down at least. It'll be much easier to shoot him from there. Somehow that did not put him
Here.
on his back. That's a little frustrating. Well, we definitely don't have enough stability damage to push him over from here. Although we do almost certainly just have his arm. Which is an acceptable trophy. I'll take it. And we had just enough resolve to use 3 precision strikes to make sure it happened that way.
Alright.
Of course, sure is relative, I suppose. I mean, we can stay behind cover here. Let's hope they never get the bright idea of just shooting through the building to hit me. I guess that wouldn't be a very sensible thing for them to do, given that the whole thing they're trying to accomplish here is preventing me from destroying this base, right?
What can I do for you?
Do this like a little further back. There we go.
Advancing, I guess. Hope this is enough.
Did I really not manage to break the armor? Wait a minute, didn't he have like... Yeah, he had 4 armor. That means of my 4 weapons, none of them hit center torso. That's definitely a little frustrating. There we go. That's what that's supposed to look like. Unfortunately, that's not all. Turn off the UAC, let that recover a little bit. We only have to do 4 damage. So I'm going to turn off that as well, and maybe also one of these LRMs. Okay. That's the bodyguards. We still have some turrets to deal with, and I don't know, man. My intuition tells me there might be more than that before the mission's over. Alright, light standard. We do have to give it... And we don't have to give it everything. Because that's 125 right there. Yeah, this will probably be fine. Unless the snub PPC misses. In which case, we weren't going to get there anyway. Oh, I think I missed one too many...
I hear ya.
One too many missiles. Alright, well, that's not a big deal. Can I get vision of the other one?
Hey.
Can somebody get vision of the other one? There we go.
Okay.
Standard Shredder. Well, I may as well just finish this thing.
Die. I got him.
What can I do for you?
I was gonna say, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a very complicated damage split, but it turns out damage split
way.
wholly unnecessary.
Roger that. Firing on target. Skipper.
And this means we can let the UAC rest over here. In fact... Okay, that's a straight shot. It's obstructed, but it'll do. It's a turret. Totally stationary. So we need to do 40 total. I'm going to turn all that stuff back on. Alright, I thought we had a pretty good chance there.
Target destroyed.
So now it would seem to be a matter of just destroying buildings. You'll have to forgive me if I'm a little distrusting on this score.
Good shot, Commander.
Just seems too easy, you know?
Waiting on you, Commander. Affirmative.
How did I... Literally just completely whiffed the broadside of a building.
What now?
It's kind of impressive when you think about it. How do you even do that?
Copy.
Alright, so that's just,
Locking in target.
throw in one extra weapon there just in case things don't go our way again.
Target destroyed.
Confirmed.
And...
I got you.
100. You know what? I'm gonna save my ammo.
Engage target.
We'll just, we'll get it started. Again, still definitely expecting something to happen after we finish.
Copy that.
How poorly must your building be
Target
built?
destroyed.
If 2 quick laser blasts can... Like, did you see how it crumpled? You wouldn't even think that, architecture could do that. 200 damage, we actually do have to turn everything on, I think.
It's time to bug out. Get to the LT
It is done. My brother is dead, entombed in the rubble of his own sanctuary. When I inherit the governorship, I think I'll enshrine it in bronze and marble. A memorial to the follies of ambitious men. Yeah. That sounds good to me. Thank you again, Commander. My brother was a tick on House Kulan's back, draining our coffers and preying on our mother's diminished faculties. Now he is dead, his poisonous influence cut short, and I have you to thank. Well, you can thank us by lending Shugo Yamaguchi your support like you promised you would. Well, I haven't forgotten our arrangement, Mr. Oliveira. I am indebted to your company, and as a fellow mercenary, I fully understand the importance of managing my debts. When you speak with Shugo Yamaguchi, I will reaffirm my commitment to supporting him.
Mission successful.
That feels like the kind of dialogue that could just be dealt with at the moment where she declares her support again, right? We don't need to hear that she's going to support him and then also that she does support him, is all I'm saying. Well, I suppose let's take one of those. We got a large laser. That's not too bad. Boy, I sure hope it's not going to turn out that there's another twist in this. I would like to believe that we have done the right thing here. Commander, it appears that there was a miscommunication regarding what I expected from you in this deployment. I instructed you to make Lady Helen Kulan happy. Do whatever she asks of you, I said. Were these very simple instructions unclear in some way? Did you think that our conversation was a joke, perhaps? They killed my boy, Reynald. Burned the Red Roost to the ground. I want them all executed, hanged and quartered in the town square. Poisoned, burned, beaten. They murdered my son. Lady Kulan is upset, Commander Corpsington, and I am absolutely livid at your performance. I told you how important it was that you make her happy. I told you how important it was that I have her support, and instead you... We did the right thing, you damn buffoon. For you and House Karita and Primus and House Kalan. Hell, we even did what was right for Lady Helen, though she's too upset right now to see it. Here, I've got somebody on the line you need to talk to, the both of you. Hello, Mother. It's me, Yvonne. Your daughter? The last time I showed my face it upset you, so I'm leaving the mask on for now. But I hope that you remember my voice. Boy, that's weird. You can't fool me. You're Yuetu, the mercenary, the one who terrorized my Angus, who forced him to hide in the Red Roost. You should be dead. I told Large John to kill you. My name does sap a little bit of the drama from the moment. Wait, Helen, you asked my mercenaries to kill your own daughter. I didn't think... Not now, Reynald, just let him talk. Nobody forced Angus to do anything, Mother. How do I explain this to you? Angus has been lying to you, manipulating you into doing things you'd never do on your own, and it had to stop. No, my Angus wouldn't. He... Oh, please forgive me, Reynald. I suddenly feel very faint. You should rest, Mother. We'll have a long talk about this later, when you're ready. Clear the air like we used to when we had those conversations in the garden, back when I was a girl. Do you remember? We used to love those garden talks. And you don't need to say anything. You don't even have to react. Just turn off the comm feed and rest, and I'll come to you when you're ready. Lady Helen Kalan's comm connection cuts out. Her view screen image slowly fades away. Shugo Yamaguchi, I'm going to keep this brief. My mother is confused and hurt and in need of comfort, and while I am indebted to your mercenaries, her mental well-being is far more important to me than anything that you might have to say. I understand your feelings, Lady Yvonne, but remember who you're talking to. I'm well aware of who you are, Shugo Reynald Yamaguchi, the foreign dignitary who very nearly saddled Shanxia province with Governor Angus Kulan. You should know that you owe your mercenaries a tremendous debt. In disobeying your instructions, Commander Corpsington saved you from irreparably damaging your own reputation. I know that you're worried about your standing with the planetary authority, so let me ease your troubled mind. Whatever favor you are attempting to curry with my mother, you will have it from me. Not because I like you, I don't, and that's unlikely to change, but because I made a deal with Commander Corpsington, and your mercenaries, at least, are worthy of my respect. From this moment until the day I die, you have my conditional support. Conditional? I'll use my influence to promote your agenda, so long as that agenda is within reason. Only a fool would promise more than that. That's becoming a familiar refrain. I take your point. Commander Corpsington, your job is finished. Congratulations, you'll be paid in full, despite our earlier misunderstanding. Yeah, pleasure doing business with you. Listen, we don't need the people of the Draconis Combine to like us, we just need them to pay. I should see to my mother. I don't know if I can help her, but I have to try. Farewell to you and your company, Commander. And on behalf of House Kalan, thank you. You will always have friends in Shanxia Province. Lady Yvonne Yuetu Kulan cuts her comm connection with the leopard, and her image winks away. Shugo Reynald Yamaguchi follows suit a moment later. Hey, look at that, we did it. And we're leaving this system in good hands. We should all take pride in that. I know that I do. Let's pack it in, people. We're done here. Alright, rare weapon. What does rare weapon mean in this circumstance? It means heat exchanger, which is not a weapon. Okay. Also, a medium laser that is fine. I mean, listen, I'm not going to turn down a thing that has 3 pluses on it, but I sure do wish this was plus damage. Some bad LRMs. Extra effective flamethrowers. Most of a Locust 1S. Wow, this was not very good. So, the Exchanger is a fine piece of gear, minus 10% weapon heat. But you have to note it weighs 2 tons. So, in order for this to be a thing that's worth equipping, it has to be reducing your heat by more than 2 tons worth of heat sinks would, which is to say, minus 6 heat. And it's going to be a little bit more complicated because, of course, of the way that climate affects things. In hotter climes, the Exchanger works just as well as it does in colder climes, while the the heat sinks see adjustment to their values. But it's a fine piece of equipment. It's just not quite what I was hoping for, given the amount of work we had to do to get it. I'm going to go ahead and drop that Locust into storage immediately so we're not paying upkeep costs on it. Alright. So what else is there to do on this world? Ooh, there's a 3.5, a 4, a couple of 3.5s, and a 4. Well, we should at least try the 3.5s. There is a non-zero chance that we could accomplish them. So let's see, there's a high tonnage Capellan Lance battle at Lowlands or an assassinate mission in a polar biome. We probably want our mechs to be in tip-top shape before attempting something like that. How bad is the damage here? This one doesn't matter. We didn't sustain any new structural damage during that battle, right? Doesn't look like it. I mean, we could just try it. We could just jump right in. Hold on, before we do that, let's go have a look at our mech warriors, because people might be leveling up.
Yup.
Yes, you absolutely take called shot mastery. That's a very significant skill point.
Hey.
Grizzly can get called shot bonus, which matters a lot. Although honestly, maybe that should have been gunnery, given the very poor gunnery score we're seeing here. Okay, so that increases your maximum sprint speed, which is pretty cool. But I'd rather have the point of gunnery, frankly.
Reporting.
Steamfitter's not really leveling up, and you... What was I building you into? Do we need a person who is breaching shot and sensor lock, or was I was probably trying to make you a master tactician. Because we do only have the one on the team, right?
Training complete.
Alright. Now we're ready as we're getting. This is going to be definitely a full A-team type thing. So, a favor to regret pays better, and we certainly still need money. But also, War Criminal is going to have one mech that's slightly above the weight class expected, and 3.5 skulls means that's going to be a big, impressive mech. I guess let's start with this. We do still need money. A high-tonnage Capellan Lance will shortly make planetfall at the behest of a group of petty nobles and commercial interests. Intel suggests this is the vanguard of a larger force of conventional tanks and infantry. They're scouting the region for a suitable landing site. We need a competent mercenary company to intercept the mechs and stop the invasion before it gets underway, but unfortunately, the only people we have around to hire are you. Alright, we could do this. I bet salvage is going to be pretty good here. I think I might just leave it 211. You'd take it to 315, I suppose. Like 270,000 C-bills, though. I'm gonna keep it on 211. Let's see what we can pull here. And I'm gonna drag you two out. Let's go real hard here. So you get in that Centurion. No wait, we'll swap them. Actually, will we? No, let's swap them back. I'm just thinking the sensor lock should be on the weaker one, so that it can provide a sensor lock for the strong one. And then, who wants to operate the Phoenix Hawk? Probably Sourdough? Yeah, I think that's... So we're at 2.5 skulls. Oh, right, we're allowed to use the crab on this mission. Obviously, we pulled the crab in. That's probably not Sourdough. That might be Cruz. Hey, get in there. Okay, yeah, I think I'm pretty comfortable with this. I can't believe I almost forgot we're allowed to use the crab. I mean, that certainly would have made the mission more difficult. I don't know if it necessarily would have been more entertaining, because the Phoenix Hawk would spend a lot of time just, like, cowering behind terrain features. Maybe not all that exciting to watch, actually. We'll just do our best to bring home a couple of pieces of things that we actually need. I still haven't actually made that list to keep up on the other monitor while playing, so I don't, off the top of my head, know everything that would be good, every mech that we might want to work to preserve multiple parts of. But we can hope to see a couple of, Warhammers, Marauders, that sort of thing. There are some things that we are real close to.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, what have we here?
Let's get this over with so we can go swimming.
A lot of mission text suggestive of the fact that there might be multiple forces on this one. I really do like the multi-force battles.
Moving out.
That's super fun.
Moving out.
Move you guys up onto the
Acknowledged,
ridge.
Commander.
What are we looking at here? 70 and 60. Okay.
10-4.
No sense being the ones to go to them, right?
Enemy detected.
I don't necessarily want to just run out in front of a bunch of mechs like that. I wonder if, like, going around this rock is the smart move.
Engaging jump jets.
Okay, another 65 up there. We got a quick draw, of course, with Bulwark up, because why wouldn't it have Bulwark up? And an Archer over here that should probably be dealt with first. Gosh, the quick draw sure does have a lot less armor than the Archer. And its legs aren't really that tough. If we knock it over, it'll lose Bulwark. That didn't really work the way I was hoping. They have something that's moving on one. That's pretty not ideal. Oh yeah, I guess that rock is pretty huge, huh? I was just kind of assuming that I would have direct line of sight pretty easily over here. Well, is what it is, I suppose. At least we get breaching shot on this.
What can I do for you?
What are your orders, Skipper?
I am concerned that we are not going to successfully destroy one of the enemies before they get a turn to fire at us. Obviously, like, a pretty valuable strategy.
Affirmative.
It's possible I shouldn't have fired anything at all.
Good to go.
We gotta do our best to get through here, though.
Double time.
And you don't really want to be trying to maneuver a king crab through a forest. It's pretty not ideal. Alright, what's the situation now? Probably easier at this point to go in through the torso. Armor has sustained a fair amount of damage, and there is still an ammo bin in there. Should I move first? Probably. Probably should not end my turn with 0 evasion. And yeah, I'll go ahead and jump despite the extra heat. A little bit of extra evasion could count for a whole lot. Let's try to strip him of a couple of these weapons.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
I hear ya.
Skipper?
Think we can get a knockover with anybody else. I guess with both of the Centurions, either one of them would like to have the other one do the knockdown so that they can get a nice clean
I
shot
hear
in.
ya.
I guess it's probably you.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Because if we get a free precision strike with any one of our weapons, it should probably be the UAC. Looks like it's not going to happen, though.
Warning. Enemy sensor lock detected.
Affirmative, Commander. Here we go.
Oh, come on. He's got to be so close. Not really that close. 77 is still several hits away. Well, not from the crab. Okay, so they also have breaching shot. It's an important thing to remember. Alright, sadly, it looks like the crab is probably not going to be able to finish the job here. The crab can start a new job. Do I want to fire the UAC-20 if I'm not going to get to Precision Strike? Maybe not, right? We'll just save it for when we know that we will need it. Cowardice.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Oh, you don't say.
What can I do for you?
Well... yeah, I guess the split fire here makes sense.
Uh-huh.
We're still trying to build up stability damage on that other thing. God, tough mechs are very... heavy mechs are very tough to knock over.
Confirmed.
Sometimes it's so hard to tell from the overhead views whether you're looking at a an arc that you just happen to be like right on the axis of, or what. Like, I can't actually... okay, over here, I have vision of that guy.
Roger that, Commander.
Would I rather just try to drill through the center of this archer? And the quick draw is a lot less dangerous than it used to be. Maybe it's time to start work on the archer. Yeah, it's a lot to work through, but this is the right mech to get it started with.
Inflicted some nasty on that sumbitch.
Thunderbolts can be pretty nasty. Actually, I love Thunderbolts very much. They often form the backbone of my my mercenary company. We just haven't been lucky enough to find one this time. So 55 damage. And I want to be in a position where I'm still firing into his front arc. This is definitely risky. But I don't know if it's more or less risky than walking around in the forest and not getting optimal charges. I guess this is a little bit better for my heat and my stability. Yeah, alright, we'll do this. And just full frontal arc shot. Put him on his back. No, wow. Alright, this guy might be getting crabbed.
Damage minimal.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Or we could just go to the archer. Well, I mean, either way, I think I move here.
Uh-huh.
The archer is a known quantity in many ways, which makes me consider it to be less of a threat, but maybe that's not a reasonable way to to make this decision. I think I'm just going to let him have it with everything. There's still an awful lot of missile in there. I'd really love to knock it out this turn if we can.
Stay down.
Alright, if the King Crab has drawn all of the fire from the off-screen locusts or whatever, I am
Barely scratched.
very pleased with that. Okay. This quick draw has its weak side facing us. Yeah, the side that broke off during the fight. You are not actually that intimidating for a mech of your size. There's LRM ammo in the center torso. Yeah, I think we're going to go after the quick draw first. Or at least with returned. Man, I'm actually really torn on that. Yeah, the Thunderbolt's not capable of dealing as much damage as the Quick Draw. Alright, we are definitely going to need to vent here. And then we're just going straight through the center, right? Pretty great shooting from the PPC there. Somewhere on another planet in, you know, roughly 8 or 9 days, somebody's going to catch that PPC shot and be like, ow, what the hell? What is wrong with space? Why is this place always like this?
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
We're pretty much just shooting at that guy to shoot at him. I don't expect that we're going to get a lot of work done. Huh. What's that stray shot notification about? There's something... Oh, it's another one of Centurions. This is right in front. Never mind. I figured it out. So... obviously, it'd be cool to kill the Quick Draw before I can actually get anything done here. That line... yeah, that is a direct line of sight line, not a curved one. I mean, I'd probably just go for his leg, right? It's exposed. Potentially an easy kill. Oh, wow. I am really running hot here.
I'm on him.
Looks pretty promising.
That hit something good.
Also, apparently I caused an ammo explosion in his side torso. Alright, well, I have to
What
imagine
can I do for you?
that the way we're going to want to go here is Crab Punch. Quick Draw's not actually dead, and it might be a good idea to fix that, but also, Crab Punch? I don't know if you've heard of it. I was just thinking, Crab Punch.
This is gonna be good.
Alright, managed to punch his leg clean out.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
I hope all these pilots trained in the motion sickness simulator. Because that has got to be a deeply unpleasant feeling when the giant robot whose cockpit you're riding in suddenly tips over.
Damage minimal.
Ooh, look at you, Ace Pilot. Alright, what are the odds that there's a play that is better than we run over and punch him? I guess we do still have the Quick Draw over here to deal with. Man, there's a lot of... Did you know there are a lot of enemies on some of these missions? Yeah, I could use the cooldown time.
Engaging physical attack.
This is a fairly coordinated stomp. Now we just gotta get rid of the other guy before he shoots the Griffin in the back. Hold on, what was that? What did we see? 60-ton vehicle incoming.
Yup.
How are we gonna deal with this guy? What is the best plan of attack? I guess the best plan of attack is just core him.
I hear ya.
But obviously it would be best if we could go in from that side.
What are your orders, Skipper?
There is there's no way to get over into the other firing arc. Alright, that's fine, we'll just have to do it from here.
Good
Except
to
not
go.
you, because your stuff's overheating.
Waiting
Maybe
on
it's
you, Commander.
the Griffin? Griffin's not even an option.
Good to go.
Alright, well, I guess let's just run up on him and... You know what, I didn't really get a lot out of running up on him. I guess let's just shoot him in the center of his chest over and over again until such time as he explodes. There we go.
Should have run when you had the chance.
It's good advice.
serious armor loss. Orders?
Let's reserve down. We'll have the king crab punch him, and then if he still survives, everybody else can get in on it. Alright, well, that's obviously a Shrek PPC carrier.
Waiting for orders.
Not dangerous at all, unless you have a broadcast network that is... Yeah, there we go. Well, that's not what we were looking for.
Yeah, critical hit.
Like I'm saying, I'd like to shut down the position broadcasts so that those things would have to actually come over here to fight me. Well... I feel like we hit the wrong side. I mean, actually, I guess on this mech, unusually, most of the weaponry seems to be weighted left. I get slightly better ranging. Ooh, look at that. We have definitely gotten the sweet spot. Then, how much stuff can I actually fire here? Almost nothing, it turns out. I'm not even going to bother. We'll just do a totally normal attack.
I got you.
Take advantage of, Oh, wait a second. I should probably do something about the fact that the King Crab's back armor is kind of facing all the enemies that are coming in. This seems like the right move. Looks like we had some pretty good clustering there.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
Sadly, no kill.
I hear ya.
I'm assuming I don't want to be in his right arc. Yeah, like the armor there still has a bunch of health. There's no sense in attacking that. Alright, it is hanging by a thread here.
Commencing alpha strike.
Alright, I feel pretty good about this. I think this Thunderbolt is
And
not
that's
long
all
for
where
this
that
world.
came from.
Yep. Orders?
I do wish we had some kind of better heat strategy for managing the people who have high heat instead of just going, gosh, I hope that heat dissipates by the time it's time to do a thing.
Copy that.
Let's try to stack up as much, oh, never mind. Cause the ammo explosion. I was gonna say stack up as much stability damage as possible and then figure it out from there.
What can I do for you?
Sadly, the King Crab cannot wait for the vehicles to come to him. Alright, well, we figured out what the deal is with their reinforcements. Seems like they're trying to, use the mountains for cover as much as I
Waiting on you,
am.
Commander.
Okay, here we go. Here's the spot where we have some kind of chance. And hey, look at that. A gallant urban assault vehicle. Who could have predicted?
Firing.
Thing is definitely a threat. Don't need anything firing an AC 10++ at us. Well, I mean, I may as well fire it.
Engaging target.
Oof, that's a bad miss.
Good to go.
Are we going to be able to? Yeah, just barely.
Coordinates received.
Just barely getting that straight line drawn. Yeah, we're close.
Here we go.
Alright, it's one of the most annoying vehicles down. They still have that PPC carrier somewhere.
Bye-bye.
We should be cautious of that.
Waiting on you, Commander. On my way.
Bulldogs are fairly heavily armored. And I can see the PPC carrier. And getting to shoot in the side would be awfully nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this. So my experience has been that when you precision strike a vehicle, it just plain doesn't work. So I'm gonna precision strike the part that I don't want to hit, and we'll see if that,
Should be good.
yeah, that does in fact result in exactly what I wanted.
Knocked out a vehicle.
Totally worth spending all the bullets on. Turns out it wasn't the only one.
Whoa! Easy on the armor, buddy.
But, I mean, it's pretty straightforward from here, right? Everything's quite simple.
Engaging jump jets.
Just a matter of actually executing the orders in a way that isn't an embarrassment to everyone. Okay, those were front armor hits. Maybe whatever bug I thought I was experiencing before was not a real bug, or maybe I was never even actually experiencing it. Who knows? The thing about the human mind is that you can only rely on it never.
Waiting
I would
for
say that's
orders.
like one of the top two things about the human mind.
Affirmative.
Alright.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, actually, you just see him from where you are. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. Just put all of the ordnance into it. Okay, are we good?
You like that?
I had a moment of doubt there, but I have no idea what I was doubting. Like, obviously I should shoot all the weapons at the tank. Part of my brain was like, oh man, but what if I conserve some ammo? What if I tried to split shot with other targets? Because apparently I briefly forgot where I was in the mission. Don't make a lot of decisions during the cleanup step. Okay, so we could take another piece of that Thunderbolt. We could grab the Archer piece. To be perfectly honest with you, I think I tend toward the Thunderbolt. What's the tooltip on this indicate? It's a missile boat. I mean, not that that doesn't sound interesting, but we kind of need more mechs that can stand up front and fight. We have sort of a weedy squad right now. So I'm going to take this, and then probably one of the quick... maybe I do take the Archer over one of the quick draws. Didn't really get a lot of special loot, and the loot we did get is not too impressive. Plus 50% crit on missiles is totally fine if it's not on 2 missiles. Yeah, you know what? I'll just go ahead and take a piece of the Archer. Hey, look at that. They gave me a quick draw anyway. That's actually really nice. That worked out splendidly. It gives me high hopes for the other 3.5 skull mission here on this world, but sadly, we will not be seeing that today. That's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, earlier in the day, when I hopefully I'm not quite so tired. We're going to knock out another very difficult mission or two, and then maybe limp off to a nice paradise planet to relax for a while. And we'll see you then.